Good afternoon, everybody. Alright, it's about 12:25 local time. I just left my house. Bobtailing right now from my house to our drop yard in San Bernardino. Gonna pick up an empty trailer there, and we'll be going over to the Walmart distribution center in Colton after that. Then we'll be going to Harrisonville, Missouri. Can't remember what day it's due in Harrisonville. I want to say the 2nd or 3rd or whatever it is. Somewhere around there. I have to double check my load assignment, but should have plenty of time to get it there as long as the load's ready on time or with reasonably soon. Now, I think either way, I'm gonna have to plan on 3 shifts to get there regardless, or 2 10-hour breaks regardless to get there. I wanted to leave about half an hour ago, but there is a collision on the southbound side of the Cajon Pass, just past the way station, involving an overturned vehicle, and it caused quite a mess there. So I'm kind of hoping that some of that mess will get cleared up before I get to it, and maybe the stop and go conditions won't be so bad. Gotta double check what the status on it is. Last I heard, I knew they were waiting on the tow truck to arrive to get the overturned vehicle out of the lanes. And someone said it took them about an hour to get from I think Main Street here in Hesperia, which is 2 exits down the road from where I'll be getting on the freeway at, to Highway 138. That's normally only between 15 and 20 minute trip, somewhere around there. Actually, yeah, that's even from here. And Main Street's 2 exits closer, so it's even a shorter trip. I'd say probably about a 10-minute trip or so with under normal conditions from Main to 138. Let's see if there's any new updates. Alright, so CHP closed the incident. All lanes are now open, so yeah, that's exactly what I was hoping for. As soon as I saw that it was minor to no injuries, whatever, even though the vehicle overturned and there were 4 kids in there. Apparently nobody was seriously injured, thankfully. There's a Facebook group that I'm in called Pain in the Pass. It's basically a local area Facebook group that mostly focuses on traffic conditions going up and down the Cajon Pass. And that's where I first learned about it. Was somebody had posted about it there. And someone in that discussion said that they helped pull everybody out, and they said nobody was seriously injured, so I was pretty fortunate. Apparently, medics, when they showed up, they said that the parties there should seek medical attention, but they all AMA'd or left the scene against medical advice. In other words, they recommended they get transported by ambulance to local area hospital. Down there, from that spot, most likely place I would think they'd get sent to for ER visit. Probably be San Bernardino Community Hospital. Don't think you're gonna go flying past me on the right. I'll make sure you don't do that. Yeah, that Toyota I was concerned about was going to try to go flying around me just to cut me off, and just because they didn't want to be behind me. So me being bobtail, I can accelerate a lot faster. Alright, 15 southbound now. I'm going to go ahead and cut forward to when I'm about to get off at 5th Street in San Bernardino. Now, again, I don't want these videos being excessively long. I mean, I think an hour or so is reasonable for a lot of people who regularly watch my channel. Just try not to make the videos too long, like 2 hours or some shit. I knew these guys were going to do this. That's why I didn't try to go around. I kind of have a set speed I want to cruise at, and I was going to just putt my way around them if I tried to go around them at all, and would have been holding this Raptor up. Oh, now then the Raptor does that. Okay. So now I get egg on my face for not going around that car anyway, making the Raptor drop behind me like they should have. Now this minivan wants to speed up, and just like that, the Raptor is right back behind me. Say, dumbass, you should have done that in the first place. Alright, so I got my new phone. It's a Note S20 5G Ultra, whatever you want to call that thing. Again, there's a little bit of an adjustment, because usually when I'm trying to hit the back button, I usually swipe up. And now I just tap on. I gotta swipe up to show the button sometimes, and then just tapping instead of swiping up. Or no, maybe it's no, I'm used to having to swipe up to get it to show up. And as long as I have this Cal Road Reports app, which is I use this app to keep tabs on what the road conditions are in California, and then also what any incidents, what might be, if there are any incidents in the area that I'm in. Basically, it's grouped into CHP communication centers. So like right now, I'm in the Barstow Comm Center area. And then when I get into the Cajon Pass, it'll switch over to inland. And each comm center has like several different stations that are part of their comm center. So, like the Barstow Comm Center will be the Barstow CHP station, the Victorville. I want to say possibly Morongo. Needles. So it covers a pretty good sized geographic area. And in inland, you got like all the mountain communities like Arrowhead, down in the valley, San Bernardino, Rancho Cucamonga. There's another one in that region, in that section that I'm forgetting about. But if you know what zone, it helps if you know what zone you're actually in. But even if you don't, they have an option in there in the drop-down menu on the top right part of the screen, area by distance, and it'll show you what areas you're closest to. So if you're not really sure, just pick one area and then see if you see any incidents that involve whatever highway you're on. And if you don't see any there, maybe go to the next one down in the list and see if it shows up there. If not, then there are probably no incidents there. Alright, this is the main street exit here I'm going under now. Okay, now I will fast forward. Alright, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of an alternate route here because it looks like there's stop and go conditions just past this exit. This is where the Pilot truck stop is. Maybe it's in better shape now, but the map is showing all red. So I'd like to try to avoid if I can. So I'm going to take Joshua Street. And it looks like I'm not the only one doing it because I see at least all of the 3 cars that got off the freeway in front of me doing the same thing here. Alright, so this intersection I'm going to go straight. This is 395 that I'm getting ready to cross. And the Pilot truck stop right here to my right. Now, I'll probably have some stop and go conditions somewhere, if I had to guess, between Rancho Ranchero Road and Oak Hill Road exits. Oak Hill Road is the exit that's right at the very top of the pass. Alright, for those of you guys who drive a manual transmission truck, I'm going to give you guys a little tip here. Does not matter if you double clutch or float or single clutch, whatever method you prefer to use. I know 99% of you guys prefer to float. Even when you're bobtail, it's best to always start out in second gear. Yeah, I wouldn't go too high on the gear when you're starting out, even bobtail, because when you're going to get the truck starting to move, you're gonna put wear and tear on the clutch. And the lower the gear is that you start out in, the less wear and tear you're going to put on the clutch, and that means your clutch lasts a lot longer. I've come across plenty of people in conversations online who do nothing but float gears, and they still have to replace their clutch every 900,000 to a million miles or so. Here I am, I primarily double clutch. I know how to float. I do sometimes float. I just choose not to most of the time. I'm doing some kind of construction over here. Well, there's so many cars right here. There's never this much traffic right here. Over here to the right, I think there's a dead end area. They're all coming out of this Mac Bay, whatever the hell it is, place right here to my right. Mac Bay. I think that's what it says. Okay, so I kind of have a goal just to prove a point, I guess, that even if you double clutch, you can make your clutch last a long time if you use it properly. The key there is to minimize the amount of operations where the engine and the transmission, or the bell housing shaft, are moving at different speeds. Whenever they're moving at different speeds, well, now on a truck it's a little more difficult to do that because truck transmissions don't have synchros. Yeah, it is looks like we do have a backup right here. Right about where Google Maps was saying there'd be. It's mostly the left lanes at the moment. Probably we'll end up getting traffic coming off at Ranchero Road and trying to follow this road or Mariposa Road, which is on the other side of the freeway. Follow both those roads up to Oak Hill Road. Now there is another way around through the pass that you guys might have seen me do in my car once. It's a dirt road. Most people won't want to take their cars or even SUVs or whatever on it, but if you don't mind getting a little bit dirty and whatnot, it's very useful. Can be a very useful route when there are traffic delays here in between Oak Hill Road and 138. This should be clearing up soon, I would imagine, because the accident is cleared up. I think the problem is that same thing I've talked about before, where we have stay green. Come on, stay green. I don't see anybody coming on Ranchero, so it might be all right. All right. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Damn it! Lost track of what I wanted to say. I know involved that Forest Service Road. See, I'm getting around a whole bunch of this stopped traffic now. Southbound, we should be able to start moving before long. The accident seems to already been cleared up. Anybody hears.
Yeah, thank you very much for the update.
Yeah, we do have some bottleneck right up here, but that's to be expected. There's still we're still getting around a lot of the stopped traffic.
Yeah, sure is.
Alright guys, we're at the 215 and 210 interchange now, north side of San Bernardino. Just a few more exits, actually I think 2 more exits down, we're getting off at 5th Street. Same route to the drop yard I took last time I went there. Well, not actually last time. The last time was when I went home and I actually took the 210 over to Del Rosa. The time before that I went this way, 215 to 5th Street. The regulars on my channel will be probably be very well familiar with the route that I'll be taking to the yard. So that traffic delay there because of that accident, it was still bottlenecked, I think, because of a lot of the traffic on 138 trying to get onto 15. So it caused a problem with the slow lane traffic, having to deal with 138 traffic merging in with them. And I don't think the way station there helps matters, because the cars coming off, especially the eastbound side of 138, end up getting forced to merge earlier with the southbound 15 existing traffic. I think if on-ramp traffic would have their own lane at all times and have more room to merge, maybe that might help some of those kind of delays. Because the accident scene itself was already cleared up by the time I got to it. I got a faster white car here, but I gotta wait for him to go by first before I can move over. I need over here to the right lane as quickly as I can because I need this exit lane. Alright, let's hope we don't see any bicyclists going, trying to ride against red lights and across the railroad tracks and stuff like last time. There were a good number of empty trailers in the yard the other day, so, and it's been a weekend on top of it now. It's probably, I don't have any real difficulty finding a trailer that has, that's clean. The question is, will I find any that are clean and have only, I have at least 3/4 fuel, so I don't have to go making an extra stop just to get reefer fuel when I should not have to. We shall see. Con Estilo Trucking, Inland Empire chapter. MT Picks, Black Widow exhaust. Estilo, I'm not sure what that word translates to in English. I would have to look that one up. Good number of cars in the in and out lot there. Been a while since I've eaten at In-N-Out. I wanted to stop at the In-N-Out in Santanella on my way up to the Bay Area over this last week, but was not able to get out of the drop yard early enough where I could find a parking spot so I could get over there. Yeah, no biggie. Ah, shit, I forgot to grab my apples and carrots again, like I always do. My wife is dropping our friend off at the airport today. I don't know, maybe she'll be in a position where she can meet up with me on the way out of the area, because I will have to go through Victorville with the load after I've picked it up. Let's not play these bullshit red light, green light games with me again, lights. I don't want to be playing red light, green light all the way to Del Rosa Road, Del Rosa Street, whatever. There's occasional red lights. It's all right, but if I start hitting every freaking red light possible, then I start getting pissed. cars here. It doesn't look like there's a ton of people at the park here. Alright, Waterman Avenue here. Desert Towing. He could be the one who picked up that accident scene that caused my delay, because he's from the same company. Yeah, Desert Valley Towing, and I do think they came up from San Bernardino. Damn, what happened to that car? Can't imagine that thing's even drivable with the right rear tire sitting in that far. Another apartment complex going in right here, Sycamore Square. Alright, it's Tippecanoe. Next light down will be Del Rosa, which is where I'll be turning. Del Rosa Drive here. And it'll be one light at 3rd Street. I hate having a shift when I'm at the same time trying to slow down harder like that. That's 3rd Street, and then the very first driveway after that will be where our drop yard is. And the Stater Brothers Distribution Center right in front of us. We got here 3920, 4427, and can't tell who the other one is. The D4089 is also there. Still haven't seen any of our company driver trucks yet since we started doing company drivers again. now the row here in front of us is not supposed to have loaded trailers, but it often does, so I'll probably come over here on this end somewhere. Like the very first trailer I see there, looks like the reefer unit might be turned off, which is an indication that it might be empty. Not always the case though. Pretty common, our local drivers will go over to Mira Loma and pick up Walmart loads going to Plainview, Texas, and drop them here, and those are always dry loads. No, that one's running. 6501, that's the one I was looking at. No, that's red tacked. Alright, so won't be taking that one. Running. What about this one? 5847. Found one that has both at least 3/4 fuel and a clean inside and is in good shape, it looks like. 5948. I went through several trailers. I went and looked at several trailers before I finally found one, and there's something wrong with it. Oh man, and that's got an oil leak. So I can't even take it. So one trailer that has enough fuel and is clean is unserviceable. I finally found one I can work with. 6707, which is right here next to me. Has mostly full fuel and clean, and is at least appears to be serviceable. The one right next to it, I looked at first. The fuel gauge says it's bone dry. So maybe somebody left it running when they weren't supposed to and ran it out of fuel or something, or it's got a fuel indication problem. Either way, fuel indication problem's not going to fly at Walmart, because all they care about is seeing at least 3/4 on the gauge. They don't really care what's really in the trailer as long as it indicates that much. I will need to shim the pigtail on this one. We're good to go on this trailer. I'm gonna get some air going to it. It's actually a new trailer. It's a 2020 trailer. Even then, it still has expired registration on it. Now, if I was keeping the trailer myself, I would have somebody send me the registration document for it, but most likely I'm just going to be dropping it there and then leaving with a different trailer. Okay. So we got that. I can't really write down my pickup information until it comes in, so I'll probably just wait. Well, actually, yeah, I'll just get that information when I get over to the shipper. It's holding there really good. Either somebody dropped it recently or it really
8 hours and 0 minutes of
holds it,
remaining
or it
drive
holds there
time.
really well. Gavin McLeod, sitcom veteran who starred in Mary Tyler Moore Show and Love Boat, died at age 90. Okay, as soon as Bobtail goes by, I'll be ready to leave. Okay, let's get rolling. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do yard move. Not that it matters too much, but yeah, I don't know, it could. Even though it's like a minute or two, I don't know, it might make a difference on my when I'm actually moving the load, the loaded trailer from Colton to wherever I end up shutting down tonight. That, I don't know, you never know when that could make a difference depending on where I decide I want to shut down. I'm freshly showered this morning, so this is going to be one of those, I really don't give a shit where I park as long as it's safe and legal. Trying to go by. Let's get up here and out of the way quickly. Man, I think that trailer's been there for quite a while. It buckled pretty good. Scott? And it's empty. Okay, thanks, have a good day.
Attention, a new important message has arrived. Attention, a new important message has arrived.
That'll be my load assignment.
Attention, a new important
Delta
message has
4089. Who is that? Do I know them? No, and last time I saw it was an L number. Someone's got a lawn chair out there. That other lane, but I'll wait for these cars to go by first. I want to use the outer turn lane here. Alright, 4427 is another one I saw there. Oh, that's Ryan Abbey. I know him. I didn't know he was over here. Probably harass him when I get over to the DC, Because I don't really want to go chit-chatting with other drivers when I'm trying to record video footage. It's right at 1400 right now, or 2 p.m. Just a hair after. I imagine I'll be, it only takes about maybe 15 minutes or so to get over there. So I won't have any problems getting to the, at least to the DC before my appointment time. The chances are I'll probably be waiting for my load anyway, even after I get there. Now, I could get lucky, it'll be ready to roll right away, but par for the course is plan on being there for at least a few hours before your load's even ready. And I mean at least a few hours. It's pretty common to be there for 5 or 6 hours, and I've even been there for like 12, 13, and not that long ago, I did a pickup there, and my load wasn't ready to go until the next day. But I ended up getting a good $500 of detention pay out of it, so there is that. And I still made the delivery on time, so that was one of those, why complain? I mean, if I'm going to sit anyway, I'd rather sit in a spot where I can get an extra $500 that I'm not expected to get. Okay, I'm going to go and use Mill Street to go across. A lot of our drivers tend to like taking Tippecanoe straight down to which is the street I'm on, straight down to I-10. I tend to avoid going that way. Now, mind you, I'm from this area, and I used to live here in town. I do not like driving I don't even like being in my car over by Tippecanoe and Harriman or Hospitality Way, or Hospitality Road, whatever. I'd much rather take this way. I mean, we'll have a little bit of a delay probably at the 5-way where East Street, Mill, and Inland Center Drive all meet up. But that's far better than dealing with the shit show traffic and lights and all that at Tippecanoe and Harriman, or Tippecanoe and Hospitality. So I'll just say no. I'll go down this way, the 5-way, take Inland Center Drive from there down to 215. Southbound on 215, just 2 exits. You got Lawrence Show Road first, and then right after that's the 10 freeway. And then west on 10. And here's another thing that differs. A lot of our drivers will take the 10 all the way over to Riverside Avenue. I personally usually will take Rancho Avenue, depending on the traffic conditions. Man, that chassis there is dog-legging pretty good. I do want to be careful with my speed when I'm approaching these traffic lights. As I always mention, my general rule of thumb is plan on doing about 5 miles less than the speed limit. Because these traffic lights are timed with the car's ability to stop in mind and not ours. So we have to compensate for that by giving ourselves extra time or extra space to work with, so we don't go running red lights or having to brake too hard to come to a stop. That's something that a lot of truckers are improperly trained on, is how to deal with traffic lights. A lot of times they'll say, yeah, sometimes we just can't stop when we have to go. All right, well, if you have to make that kind of decision and you end up running a red light and you end up hitting and killing somebody, they're not going to buy that excuse. They'll have a field day with you in court and say you were driving too fast for conditions. If you cannot adequately stop your truck when the light turns yellow, either you're going too fast or too slow to react, or just didn't give a shit. Either way, it's not excusable if an accident happens. It's going to be your fault. Sierra Way here, not the next light up here, but where all the cars are at up there, that's going to be the 5-way. The Mill, E, and Inland Center. Also, we'll have the Orange Show Fairgrounds right here on the left side. Good number of trucks parked over here at the on the west end of the Orange Show Fairgrounds. Swap meet open this Sunday. Enter gate 11 on East Street. At the moment, I got a little more than 3/8 on fuel. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be enough to get me to Lake Havasu City. But I'll reevaluate that once the load is picked up and I'm on my way. Yeah, once I get to Barstow. It's about 150 plus miles from Barstow to, actually about 160 from, or just over from Barstow to Lake Havasu City. So I'll probably evaluate once I get to Barstow whether I'm going to want to get fuel there in Barstow just enough to get me into Arizona, or if I can make it to Arizona on what I already have. Alright, lights turning yellow. Don't know who gets the green next though. Hopefully us. Nope, not us. Alright, that turn arrow for the left turn going southbound to eastbound is... No, now they get it next. Alright. So that's what I always hate about these 5-ways. You can never figure out who's getting the green light next. Because a lot of times, it's even when there's oncoming traffic, usually, in a lot of cases, only one side gets the green and not both. Because we only have a couple of lights here by the Inland Center Mall. Before we'll be at the 215, it's going to be a left turn onto the on-ramp. This works out. Fresh greens right here on both these lights at the overpass. If I get off at Rancho Avenue, the right turn onto Agua Monza Road is challenging if there's other traffic in the area. It being a Saturday though, there's a pretty good chance I'll go that way. It shouldn't be too bad with the traffic there. Forgot what gear I wasn't paying attention on my speed and just kind of going by a feel. Didn't put enough thought into what gear I was already in and where I needed to go. So it should be at the guard shack, or at least trying to, I mean, in the area of the shipper by 14:30. Probably be sooner than that, actually. We'll go with about 14:25. Then there's a question of how much truck traffic is trying to get in there right now. Yeah, with it being a Saturday, might not be so bad. I don't know. We'll see. It can get really bad though. I've had a more than hour-long wait trying to even get to the guard shack before. So let's hope it's not that kind of arrangement today. Looks like they're checking up. Gonna let me in. Give them a thank you flash for letting me, for backing off to let me in. Either way, I would have been okay with them going out and getting in front of me first or behind me. They were right beside me when I first got to the point where I wanted to merge, and it's their right of way first. So I couldn't be mad at them if they decided to accelerate and force me to back off a little bit to get behind them. That's my problem, not theirs. Rancho Avenue, 1 mile away. Again, most of the time our drivers will take the Riverside Avenue exit, which is 2 exits further down the road, and take that down, but yeah, I tend to favor Rancho. As long as the traffic at Rancho and Agua Monza is not too bad, I almost always go that way. Actually, when I'm leaving the shipper, I always go that way no matter what. It's a lot easier to deal with making a left turn, and then the on-ramp is easy to deal with too now. It used to be where set up where trucks would have a really hard time getting on the freeway there without getting stuck on the wall. Now there'd be times where in local groups I would see trucks stuck on that wall there at the on-ramp here four times in the same day. Alright, you're gonna stay green long enough for me to catch it and get behind this car, I hope. Yes. Alumni, Cal Poly Pomona. Same college my wife graduated from. Wow, what was with that settling back there today? It almost felt like like my airbag settled or something. Somewhere on the back end of my trailer where where my tandems are at. Okay, swing wide so I don't go into this pickup driver's space. Keep my eye on my tandems over there. Yep, we're good. 45 zone here, but I recommend going about 35 through here in a truck. Or at least around this curve. 35 to 40-ish. So I'm doing about 40 right now, and even that's maybe just a tad on the fast side for what I should be doing. Coming up here, I want to make sure they get past me before I get to the light up here. I'm not too worried about the guy with the U-Haul trailer, but I will have to watch for the guy with the minivan back there. Yeah, and there is somebody coming. I gotta watch this minivan guy. 'Cause tracked perfectly. I was really hoping that minivan would stay back, and he did, thankfully. I put my four-ways on, that way they know, hey, try to stay clear of me. Don't try to go around me when you see me doing that. And they wisely stayed back there. The only guy I had to worry about was the SUV with the U-Haul, and he's coming this way too, and I knew he was staying back too. Watching in my mirrors, make absolutely certain I know what's going on with these guys around me. Don't commit to any kind of maneuver until I know for sure that they aren't going to be a problem. Now, I would not have needed to do that J-hook style turn if there was nobody in that left turn lane. But as long as there was someone there waiting to make a left from Aguamanza onto Rancho, it's better to make the J-hook turn. That, or you're going to have to sit there and wait at the limit line and wait for the left turn lane to clear up before you can make your turn. There has been some talk about them possibly extending Pepper Avenue down here to Aguamanza. That'll be another option for us, for truckers to take over into and out of the Walmart DC here if that does happen. I don't know if that's set in stone or if they're just talking about possibly doing it, but it would end up meeting up over here somewhere. I can't remember exactly where. God, I do not see much truck traffic here on Aguamanza Road, so it might be all right. I don't really see. I won't have any trouble getting into their driveway. I don't see anybody there except for an outbound truck. And then a prime parked on the street, along the street here in front of this Chet pallet facility. A JCT Silver KW parked down the street facing at us. Be careful if you park over here. That's a good way to get ticketed by Colton PD. They just ticketed a whole bunch of drivers here the other day. SSN Cargo. Alright, now, come on. Off 30. I'll write down my pickup info if it'll ever hurry up. Okay, it's gonna be a drop and hook. And apparently this guy next to me is
You have
not
7 hours
really
and
liking the
37
fact
minutes
that
of
he has
drive
to
time.
come back tomorrow morning at 5 or 4 to oops, come on. Private shipper. And I went to yard move status. Yeah, he says this guy next to me was supposed to be here at 1 o'clock. And Walmart typically only gives you a 1 hour grace period before they'll tell you you're going to have to reschedule. And this guy is just finding that out the hard way, and I guess he doesn't really want to move. Yeah, I don't think he was getting a hint. Turn around and leave and come back at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning because he's got a new appointment time of 5 a.m. Don't know. I mean, maybe it was beyond his control. Could have been the traffic problem or whatever. Who knows? Even if it's not his fault, well, it's not Walmart's problem. They still have to maintain productivity with the trucks that are already here. This is how they do everything. Do things. Every Walmart DC I've ever been to is like that. Yeah, I got a JCT parked over here. Is that Jaime? He's got, kind of look like he's got tinted windows. 3600. Oh no, it's not tinted windows. He's got his curtains drawn. Alright, I don't see anything over here in this row. I'm gonna come back around the other side, see if there's something over on in row E. I didn't see anything jumping out as being available in row F. Might even have to park over here in row G. 3600. Silver. Freightliner. Yeah, there's an open spot right there. Why do they have cones up in front of these? feeling these are... Oh, these are supposed to be for out-of-service trailers. Alright, now this looks all occupied, so let's come back to the other side, because there aren't any open spots on either of these sides, so I'll drop it over here in row F instead. Alright, tandems are all the way forward on this trailer. I normally don't like to have the tandems all the way forward. I like to have them at the California hole, or somewhere between 40 and 43 feet. So put it right there. Okay, point out in front of the trailer, I mean, in front of the spot, not into it. Maybe I'm going to come in a little bit heavy on this Walmart trailer on the side side of me still. Tried to point it out in front of the spot, but I was still a little bit late reacting to it. Yeah, I need more. Kind of a tight fit over here, and there's another JCT trailer over there, so I definitely don't want to hit that one. Don't want to hit anything, but especially not if it's a JCT trailer. Alright. Let's get this trailer dropped and go check in. Again, best practice, do not drop the landing gear all the way to the ground. Leave it about an inch or so off the ground. If you have airbag and suspension dump like I have, come out of the hook a little bit and then drop your airbags. I wait till I get zero on my pressure gauge here, and then I pull out. If you don't, just go ahead and pull out. Your landing gear, remember your fifth wheel goes from flat to tilting down like that when there's no weight on it. Alright, we're good here. Okay, so this is one of those cases where I was saying sometimes I float gear, sometimes I double clutch, so I floated right there. Like I say, I do tend to double clutch, which is very unusual for most truckers who drive with manuals. It's just my personal cup of tea. I really don't give a shit what people think about that. Yeah, I like the way the gears, the way it feels coming in, out of and into the gears when I double clutch versus when I float. Someone tried to tell me, it doesn't feel any different. I'm like, when's the last time you even tried double clutching? You don't know what the fuck you're talking about, dude. I don't care if you have 30 years of experience. Yeah, if you haven't double clutched in 29 years, then who the fuck are you to argue with me on that? What do we got here? 37... Can't tell. That's not another Peterbilt, is it? Is that an older 3297? Delta 3297. No, that's a KW. That's an older KW. I was like, man, it almost looks like my truck, but it's like it's just a little bit off. Now he's been here a while too. Like he's got tinted windows, or partially tinted. I've seen that truck before. But last time I saw him, he was not a dedicated lane driver. I'll sign this and go check in and find out if we have a load ready to go or if we're going to be camping out here. Alright, so load is not ready yet. At this point, I'm going to go ahead and PC over to the door that the trailer's in. Because this is now moving at my own convenience. I can sit right here if I wanted to, even wait for the yard jockey to move the trailer to a drop spot when my bills are ready. So this really is me just moving at my own leisure. Camp out there until it's ready. It's already in the door, so that takes some of the wait time out. Sometimes they'll show up here and it's not even in the door yet. And sometimes, sometimes they tell me just go ahead and live load out of door, whatever. Okay, door 164 is going to be right over here on the right, pretty close by here. Might even be this one right here. Yeah, this looks like it's it. Yeah, 6419. There's silver KW JCT coming at me. Alright, door light is green. Whether that means they have not started loading yet or already done loading, though, I don't know. But, what's going on with the reefer status light is jumping between amber and green, so I'm gonna have to take a look at that. Might just be out of range. Go a little bit forward. Alright. Take a look at what's going on with that thing. Oh. No. I didn't think I sent my arrival call yet, did I? Nope. Alright, 29th. We'll just say I got here at 14:30 or so. 6707, I think, is the one that I, dropped. Okay, left a little note in there saying, load not ready yet, and it's in the dock door. So let's take a look here. Alright, it's the L4024 Delta. This is a contractor who pulls our trailers right here passing by now. They regular, I see them all the time. They have like 3 or 4 trucks that run our loads. Is that 4014 Delta? Something like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was 24. Yeah, it's 24 Delta. Alright, so who knows how long we'll be here. We'll just continue this footage whenever it's ready to come out of the dock door, right? So hang tight and watch for more. Alright guys, it's just after 7 p.m. here, and my trailer's loaded. They're gonna have to wait for a bill still, but I'll be able to, they want me to go ahead and hook up to my trailer and pull around to the other side of the building. Now I'll wait.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
One PC over the other side of the building. First I'm going to pull out the door and go next to this SRT trailer and install load locks and get my doors closed, and then I'll go ahead and move over to the other side. My tandems are at 38.5 feet. I don't tend to like them that far forward. I'm going to come back though. Okay, slide back 3 holes. 38.5 feet now. I mean, that makes the turns easy, but also makes creates more tail swing. Why are my wheels rolling? Up against the stop. Apparently I put the slide tool in 1 hole too far forward, so we'll just deal with 39.5, not far off. Now I'll get the tool out and scale it. Alright, my slide tool's bound up on the thing. This guy apparently doesn't know how to back in without me moving first. I'll get the tool out when I get out of his way. Personally, I'm half tempted to tell him go set up regardless of what I'm doing. You don't have to sit there and wait for me to back out. I meant to move out of the way. You got plenty of space to set up your backing. 'Cause I think he's going into the door that I was in. Seriously gonna block the scale? Move your truck somewhere else. Okay, I got 11.4 420 on the steers. Sure, my weights will be fine. My last pallet is several feet in, 4104. So that's not even 31. That's not even 30,000. Less than 30,000 on my drives. Alright, looks like right around 66,000 gross. Alright, 65.8. It's only 24,000 on the trailer. That's, yeah, it's not a very heavy load at all. That'll be about a 32,000 or so pound, 32,000 pound load. I'm going to try moving my tandems to the 40-foot mark when I get over there in the spot. Alright, got another JCT leaving here right now. Delta 4089. Come on, Stevens. Holy shit, man. You just do nothing but be in everybody's way, don't you? I can put it, should be able to put it next to this prime guy once, if Stevens will ever get his ass out of the way. Let's figure out where this guy is going. He has no idea that he's going to cross my path either. Where the hell did he go? Even worse, he didn't even go behind my trailer, and I saw him disappear that way, and I had to assume that he's back there. But I can't, I have to assume that he's still back there. Until I know otherwise. But I never saw him walk the other way, so I think he ended up a couple spots over here. Since I had no idea where he's at, I had to get out of the truck just to double check that he wasn't in my anywhere near the back of my truck. I was able to pull the pin out, or the tool out and put it in the next hole. Another loss, I can hear it. Alright, got bills in hand. Let me write down all my information. Going to my departure info now. What is my load number? 3960. Okay, 33,242. That's it, that's off. Pretty sure that my load is less than what the bills are saying. Now I got everything written down here on the paper. I can hand jam everything else. It's like 1958, BOL 10 plus 34, reefer.
Heard you out there, Hammer. I don't think I can get through it. Wave it out,
10
Hammer.
plus 35 continuous. Assorted produce. $64.19, I think. That dropped $67.07. We'll say about 3 on fuel. Alright, we're all set here. We'll go to yard move.
You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
I don't know why that guy went that way first. I think he had room to just do a straight turn to the left. I don't know why he went right and made a U-turn. Oh well, whatever. He seemed a little on the impatient side too. He was in line right behind me and bitching about how they had to have like 7 or so drivers all going in to get their bills at the same time. Like, not like it took long at all. I've had times where there's only 2 people in line, and it takes a lot longer for 2 people to get through there than what just transpired there right now. I don't think this guy knows. See, he's going back over to the other exit. I don't think he knows that they come out this gate now. So he's gonna probably go over there and find out the hard way. He needs to come back over here. I'll get, all right, that should be good right there. Come on, go off duty. Okay, we'll get this over to the freeway, and then we'll end this the video there when we get on to I-10, all right? Yeah, there was some guy in there in front of me who, because he didn't know where he was. He just knew he was going somewhere in Virginia. And I go, probably Gordonsville, right? And I go, yeah, Gordonsville, that's it. He's like, yeah, I've been there. Alright, let me send my wife a glimpse so she knows I'm on my way. I'm going to meet up with her in Hesperia for a little bit. I forgot my apples and carrots at the house, so she's going to meet me over there and then get me something to eat as well. And may end up... did I leave my... Did I leave my thermos at the house? I don't see my thermos, which means it's probably not here. Probably at my house. So even more reason to meet up with her. Alright, so figure it's going to take me right at about 48 hours for 2 full days to get to Harrisonville. That would put me in Harrisonville around 10 p.m. Roughly 10 or 11 p.m. on Monday night. It delivers Tuesday morning sometime. I don't have an appointment time set yet, but I have to assume it could be anywhere as early as 00:30. Hopefully it won't be quite that early, but I want to ideally be in a position where I can make the delivery and be ready to roll toward a reload as soon as I'm empty. That's how we get more miles. Get to the receiver as promptly as you can, as punctually as you can, and especially in this particular case, it's going to be too far out to do it in 2 shifts. So ideally, I want to run as many miles as I can out of the first 2 shifts, and then leave myself as few miles as needed to get over there, and then I can maybe do either a split break or a full 10-hour break, or it doesn't matter. But I want to be in a position where I can potentially just do a split break and then run the rest of my shift and have more of the shift available to work with after I'm empty. To put this another way, let me turn this, let me put this back in dark mode. Okay, so it's 1,620 miles total that I'm expected to run. Roughly, I didn't even double check which route I was. So anyway, it's going to be, let's say if I run 600 a night, another 650 at least on the next shift, that's 1,350. That leaves me about 270 to get from wherever, from there to Harrisonville. Now, 270, that's not even half a shift, so it means I'll have more than half a shift to work with still after I'm empty if I do a split break there. Yeah, stay green. Of course, you had to wait till I've already committed to entering the intersection before you turn. Asshole. Okay. Now, if I run a little bit different, like shorter shifts, let's just say I run like a 600 and a 600, that's only 1,200. And then the next one after that is going to be a 420 mile shift to get to the receiver. That leaves me only maybe a couple hundred, 250 or so miles remaining on that shift that I can run deadhead to some other shipper. So the further I can get on my shifts, whatever, the further down the road I get on this shift and the next shift, and leave myself a shorter distance to go to get to Harrisonville on the final shift. That leaves me more miles that I can run, do deadheading, and maybe even getting the next load moving down the road even a short distance before shutting down. I have a right turn coming up here to get on the I-10 eastbound ramp. And from there it'll be 215 north to 15 north to 40 east. They have me routed 15 all the way up to Utah and then take 70 across, but I don't want to go that way. As scenic as it is, it's not good on fuel economy, and I don't think it's quicker. I think I'd rather deal with I-40 in Arizona and New Mexico and then take 54 across from there. Come on. You jerk. 54 and then Kansas 61 and US 50 over to Emporia, Kansas. 10 east and Yucaipa congested. Expect delays. And then I-35 from Emporia up to Ottawa, Kansas. And I believe it's Highway State Kansas 68 and Missouri 7 or 2. Maybe it's 2. I forget. Whatever 68 turns into on the Missouri side. Take that across to I-49 in Harrisonville and then just go south a couple exits and I'm there. Well, that's going to be a wrap for this particular video. I'll have some more, probably have some more footage for you guys when I get to Harrisonville, right? Just saw, by the way, I just got a backing compilation video posted tonight while I was on the dock door here. If you haven't seen that already, go check it out. And I know it's always a popular thing, especially for newer drivers looking for any kind of little tips or just any little details you can pick up on that might help you with your backing skills. It has a lot to do with why I post those. So check them out. All right, until the end, I'll see you guys probably in Harrisonville. Thanks. Have a good night.